What are some of the other things that, like how much hard drive space is in this actually?
This one's a 240 gig.
240 gigabytes.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot. So if you're saying to me 30 gigabytes of space, is 1 hour. You can film up to almost, what, 6 hours?
Yeah.
And that full high definition.
Actually, I think it's 8 hours. But,
wow.
Yeah, right now this one's pretty empty and it's...
That's quite a number of minutes there.
1,783 minutes, so whatever that breaks down to in hours.
So, what kind of interface are you using to interface with your Mac or your PC? Like,
it's just USB.
USB. And
so,
how long does it take to download that much footage?
Let's see, how much did I have to download the other day? I had to download about like 2 hours the other day, and it took quite a bit of time. So
okay.
it probably took about 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah. Wow. So it takes a little bit of time to get it off of this hard drive, and that's one thing to keep in mind. Also, if you're pretty rugged with your camera equipment, that's one advantage to having the smaller ones like this that use the flash drives.
Yeah.
This one has an actual hard drive with moving parts inside. So
okay. It's not a solid state drive. It's an actual hard drive.
Yeah, it's one of those 1.8 inch
wow.
hard drives.
Wow.
And we've had a case where the one that I had before this, for a previous shoot we had where we had a suction cup to a car. It actually shook so much that the recording stopped a few times because I think it was shaking the hard drive too much.
Wow.
So, and that's another thing to consider. Like if you drop it quite a bit, you might be better off with a solid state drive than
Do you think there's going to be in the future high-end cameras where they're going to be using solid state drives? And
Yeah, I believe so. Because that's the next step, because solid state would be faster, right? Mm-hmm. And for this form factor, it would probably be even smaller because you're looking at chips that are a lot smaller than a 1/8 inch. Yeah. 1.8 inch hard drive.
You can see we're seeing like 16 gigabytes, like about like a pinky size. Mm-hmm. It's pretty ridiculous. So, what kind of cards does it take aside from SD and memory? Is it memory card pro?
Yeah, this one uses a memory stick.
Stick pro.
So if you wanted to separate it, like if you needed to quickly, like if you're on the field and you wanted to just quickly shoot to a memory stick and then give it to somebody that they can offload and then put it back. That's a great way to work. And you can even record it to the hard drive and then send it over to the memory stick.
I was just about to ask you that.
Yeah, so it's
that would be faster as opposed to plugging it into your computer and
it'll be about the same.
Okay.
I'd say it's just another way to, like, say if you're somewhere where you don't have a USB cable.
Okay, I see.
And you can just go to the memory stick and then hand it off.
Nice.
So it's a good option, especially if you need the versatility and things like that.
Okay. How about some other questions? Like from one particular person I remember talking to, he says he's always concerned about what kind of way can we interface the camera to the TV? Like, does it also do HDMI or does it also do?
It has a mini component. It has mini HDMI on here, as well as the component or composite jack.
Nice.
Sony. It's a pretty proprietary jack, but it comes with it in the box. At least with composite.
Cool. So we can watch high definition straight through with high definition.
Yep. And I mean, one more thing that I just realized as far as an advantage. This one has a 12 megapixel camera.
Okay.
Still camera on it as well, and that's one of the reasons why I got this one as opposed to the smaller ones. Even though I have like a bigger camera, like the EX1 that we're using right now to record this. Like if I go to Disneyland, I don't want to always lug around more than one camera.
Right.
This one does the stills and the photos all in one, although I still bring my SLR with me.
Yeah, for those really good shots.
Yeah, but if I'm in a pinch and my kids are doing something that that I'm only going to be able to get once. Just flip the switch, go to photo, and just take it. So
that's cool. The mode is right over here, as opposed to the mode is right over here. So and you notice that Sony uses the same touch interfaces, like on most of their stuff here.
Right. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's all touchscreen as well.
Yeah.
And
I like that.
Actually, I wanted to ask you what your opinion on something like this is. This one of the big features, one of the reasons why I didn't want to get this one in particular, I wanted to get last year's model, was that this one has a GPS function on it. So it'll tag photos that you take or videos that you take with your location and things like that. I don't know if that's useful to you or to anybody else, but to myself,
Italy, that's cool.
I guess, yeah. When you're
in Italy or in Japan, I was really there.
Most of the time, I keep it off though. But,
but what does it do? Does it just basically tag with it coordinates of the picture?
Yeah, it tags your coordinates, and then if you bring pictures into iPhoto will just
tag it accordingly with the location that it came from.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It's a small feature, but
well, that's kind of cool though. I mean, the advantage I would see is if you were taking a bunch of stills minus the video, or it does also the video too, right? Does it tags the video too? So let's say if you're probably exporting it out, I would assume that you're probably going to see everything by location.
Yeah, on the is it the EXIF data or something?
Yeah, I think so. Like the headers of each of those things. So basically, when you export it out to the computer, you look at the folder view by location, and it'll probably show it.
You'll see like what your f-stop was, what camera it was that took it, and then you'll even see your coordinates or their location.
Which is really, really cool. Very, very cool.
Unless you're paranoid about the Big Brother stuff.
Did you also want to talk about some of the other cameras, like our little GoPro?
The other one that we're using for our tabletop footage is a GoPro, which that's more of a specialized camera. I wouldn't use that as like a main one, like you would use this one for, for mainly following around the kids. That one I would use for if you're in a situation where you need that specialized type of function, like underwater, or it has a suction cup base on it. That's what I would use to put on a car, as opposed to this one. So
okay, cool. So let's talk about the cost. This is still released right now, or is there update versions of this?
I believe this was last year's model. This one, when it came out, I believe was about $1,200, and I ended up getting it for about $9.
Oh, nice.
$9 something.
Nice.
On sale. So it's about that price range. There are new ones that are coming out that are going to be modular, where you can use, where it's basically like this type of camera, and you can add on SLR lenses, like Sony SLR lenses to it, which would even enhance the picture quality even more.
That's crazy nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this little bad boy is just like $240.
Well, I mean, if it does what you want, that's all you can ask for, right? So.
Well, yeah. Is there anything else that you want to share about the two cameras, or anything else in particular about video?
Actually, just because these are both Sony cameras doesn't mean that we're Sony fanboys. These are just the two cameras that we personally own. So, and that, like in this case, that I did a lot of research on, and in its class and size, that's what I thought was the best deal for the price. So
cool. Well, definitely would love to get something like that. I've seen some pretty high-end cameras coming out. And so hopefully, in our next video, we'll probably be doing some more reviews later on. Again, this is Radford.
And I'm Victor.
And thank you again for stopping by and watching our second video on LTG. Hope you guys see you again. See you next time.